Hello, haven't been on for a while. Thanks for tuning in for another episode where we're going to do a bit of antiques, vintage and collectible chasing. Slightly different format for this one. I'm not just going to sit here talking about what I bought. I've got a couple of experts talking about how they do it as well, just to broaden it a bit. So you're not looking at my stupid face all the way through. There's some other professionals getting involved as well. Please, I'm still an early channel. Was it my 8th video, is it? Or 7th, I haven't counted. So yeah, please, a bit of support would be nice. Thank you very much. I'm still building it up. For those who happen to come across me and haven't seen me before, I'm a happy amateur. Not one of these professional, proper antiques and everything type people. I just get what I like, and I've got a small unit at the Southern Antique Centre in Staffordshire in the UK, and just a quick look. That's what it looks like. And there's more buildings behind that, but I'm actually in that silo, and I've got a unit in there which I've been to this morning to restock it. Because one of the reasons I haven't done one for a while, I've been so busy. I've been working, Christmas is coming up, it's been going well at the Antique Centre, so I've had to, all the stuff I got from the last auction, most of it's there. I haven't had time even to film it and put it on here. I took some things this morning, so but I've still got some things here which I haven't put out yet, so we'll show a few things about what we've done, if that's okay with you guys. So let's get on with it. First thing, I got this from my usual auction that I go to, and I should tell you really, it's Hidden Gem Auctions in Bloxwich in Walsall. I'll be talking a bit more about them shortly. And I got this bisque porcelain bust of a young girl holding the flowers. Absolutely brilliant. I put that necklace on it because I thought it needed something around the neck. It looked a bit too much of nothing, if you know what I mean. And great things about it, all them flowers, I'll show you the video, all them flowers are in one piece. Her hand is actually away from her body, so them fingers on this porcelain still being there is fantastic. As you can see on the back, it's how it's been used. The back's rubbed where it's been up against a wall for a long time. And she's got that nice little blue tint to her eyes. You can tell by the base it's got plenty of age to it. It's hard to date these things. There's no name or any marking on it at all. But I'm impressed those fingers are still on and they're not been reattached. And she's got a sort of neutral look on her face, and some people who've seen it said it's a bit spooky, and other people said she looks beautiful. So I'm sort of in between on that. Depending on how I look at it, I can actually see both. But I've been trying to search for that actual model. Usually Google Lens, we're all using it, and I tend to use that because obviously the customers who come to wherever, that's where they go to check these things. There's nothing exactly like that anywhere, which I was surprised about. So hopefully that makes it rare. Who knows? I've seen similar things, that's the sort of bust of a head, nice sort of cheeky face on it. I would say it's not as detailed as mine. I mean, them flowers and the way her hair is makes it more detailed than these other things, and that's another one that's out there. So these are bisque plaster busts. I've got to say, I prefer mine, as if an ornament for the house or to go on a shelf. More detail in it, more interesting, and I think it's great. So I put that in the Antique Centre this morning. I haven't kept the auction sheet because it was a while back, so I haven't had a chance to do that, but I think I got it for about £14 or £15 with the commission, and I'll put it on for £35, so I've given it like a £20 markup, and we'll see how it goes. Need the right customer. That's not going to go until in the new year. hopefully somebody comes with their Christmas money and say, oh, I'll have that, you know what I mean? I don't think anybody buy that as a Christmas present, although it would make a good one. It's not in a box or anything, so probably not. Probably not. But I do like it. I do like it. I got these from the Hidden Gems auction as well. Now, these are actually metal, and if you listen, you can hear me tapping on it in this video. And they've got an onyx base. Because I thought they were resin when I first saw them. But even the handles are metal, and the base is metal on the urn. You can see they're not huge urns, they look a bit bigger when you first show the picture, but they're tabletop urns. You can put a candle in or something like that, or a little bunch of posies would look nice. And you can see the age of it. Love it with the old rusty bolts in the bottom. Absolutely brilliant. And somebody's put it together. All them pieces of onyx have been put on separately as slabs. So it took a while to put that together. And they've got a bit of detail on the base. I mean, they could have left that plain, couldn't they? And the handles are quite ornate. All in good shape. Two nice little things. And I think I paid £10 for them at the auction, so I've put them on today at £25. So we'll have a nice little markup on them. I think they'll go pretty quick because they're nice pieces, nice interesting pieces. And I did a Google search to see if I could find anything exactly like that, and I couldn't. But all this type of thing comes up, and there's no way these are like the sort of tin ones that I've got there. These are all bronze, gold, gilt ones. Look at the prices on them. So, but they look as good as them in some places. But I can't find, again, the exact match. So anybody who goes into the silo and takes a picture in Google Lens just to see what the value is, you can't find it. So they'll go reasonably well. But that's why I wouldn't anyway, they're not a high price item, but that's why I wouldn't put high prices on it, because people walk away if they can't prove that it's valuable. So that's why I go with like a reasonable markup, you know, sort of 60 to 150%, something like that. So they'll go. This is where I'm going to change it a bit. Those of you who are interested in antiques in the UK will know David Harper here. He's an absolutely brilliant expert. He's on all the TV shows where they have like experts going around with celebrities and people of the public, things like Bargain Hunt and things like that. But he's also an acclaimed artist, so he's standing there. That's his artwork that he's showing there. It's not my type of thing, but I can see why people would have it, and obviously it's got his name on it, and he does well. So I thought I'd put a clip from his one of his latest YouTube videos where he's answering questions, and I don't need to tell you, you just need to listen to David.
I think I'm going to handle an antique in this one. Now, somebody said to me the other day I should make videos titled Ask Me Anything You Want. I've never heard of these things on YouTube, but I've searched them and they kind of exist. So this is one of them. And I said, well, I will make them, but I'm going to have to put a shout out to people and say, ask me some questions. So get me started, I said. And she said, okay, how do you make money in the world of antiques? Well, that is a very, very big question. And I think I could probably produce a very long series to show you how to make money in the world of antiques, because the fact is you can, and I know the market changes and people say that, you know, the Georgian furniture pieces are a low value and all that. Yeah, they are, but you can still make money out of them. And they are now increasing in value. So keeping your finger on the pulse is important. People think that the world of antiques is just a sleepy, dusty business that doesn't change. It changes all the time. And those that make money in the world of antiques change with the times. But it's much more nuanced than that and layered. So what I'll do is I'll give you one top tip right now. And this is a mistake that a lot of people have made over generations in the world of antiques who have never made money, because For those that make money in the world of antiques, and I mean good money, there are hundreds, if not thousands, who don't. So it's not the easiest business in the world. But I do think that, I'm going to get to the tip in a minute, because I'm rambling on here. But I do think that there is a very good market for it, but for making money. There's lots of potential. But the first top tip is this: know your product, right? Okay, you're thinking, well, that's obvious. It's not obvious. It's not. Know your product is not obvious to people in the world of antiques. It isn't. How many people have I met over the years, and I meet them on a daily basis when I'm filming for my channels here or for the BBC, who don't know their product. So tip number one, and I could give 100 for you to make money. Know your product. So here is an 18th century drinking glass, a wine glass, air twist. It's a lovely thing, beautifully engraved. So it's worth a couple of hundred, 250 quid. Great. Now let's say you buy it for 150 pounds. You want to make 50, 100 pounds margin on it. It's more than just an 18th century wine glass. You, once you've bought this object, this is your top tip, you must research it and know this product better than anyone else on the planet before you sell it. You learn about the air twist. You learn about the colour, how the colour determines its age. You learn about the engraving. You work out whether the engraving is later to the wine glass. It looks like it was made in 1770. Was it made in 1770? Or was it made in 1870, 1890 as a later reproduction? You research it. All the information is online or in lovely old illustrated black and white books. I still love those things. You learn about the pontil mark, the striations. You learn everything you can before you take your profit. And the temptation might well be to take a quick profit like that once you've bought it. But don't sell it until you know everything about it. Become an expert on everything. And the reason for this is this. One, it will help you sell it anyway, because you'll come across as knowledgeable. And two, every piece will teach you something invaluable that you will store in your brain and employ the next time you're out hunting. And that information, that knowledge you glean from that one object may well pay dividends tomorrow or in 10 years. It doesn't matter. It's amassing knowledge in your brain. And the knowledge is easy to attain by becoming an expert on every object before you sell it. Tip number one, if you want a full series, let me know. It'll take a long time, be a long one, but it might be profitable for you.
And a good tip there. I mean, one thing that I do that I don't think anybody else in the antique centre I'm in now does is I don't just put a tag on with the price, 22 quid, and then I've got a description on every single thing in mine, even if it's patently obvious what it is, if it's a Wedgwood cat, it's got Wedgwood cat, and if I can find out the date as well, I'll put that on as well. So I always do my research. I started doing it when I first started because to increase my knowledge, but now I do it. It's part of my sales technique to do that, so people know what they're getting and accept the price. And when they look at, my prices are reasonable and they've got a date and all the information on it, it's an extra sales thing. So well done, David, you're spot on there, mate. As well as going to auctions, I actually pop into Hidden Gems. There's a few other places, I went to a charity shop this morning. What a pain that was. It was full of people looking for Christmas presents in a charity shop. I've never seen it so busy. I mean, it is a Saturday morning, I suppose, in the UK, but no, there was nothing there really that I liked. So it was nice to have a walk around. But the Hidden Gems, as I said before, is in Bloxwich, and it's got everything in there. I might do a proper video of it next time I'm there, but as you can see, this is off the shop's Facebook page, and they've got 39 other pictures on top of that, and they've still probably not even covered like a quarter of what's actually there. So what I do, I pop in there because I work in the same town as that is in Warsaw, so it's easy for me to get to. But I've been selling so much stuff, I need some like small carry-out items for the new year, you know, because people do come with a bit of holiday money and, you know, they've got the antique centre to see what they've got. So I wanted something. So I just picked a few things out that I liked the look of. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Oh, and I should say, it's in an old chapel, if you like old buildings. So it's in an old church building, and there's 2 floors as well. And they've set up an antique. The auction is on the top, but they still sell stuff at the front there as well. Huge place, and I've got to say, it's well designed, and there's all different things in there. There's no theme to the place, so it's a bit like, you know, Aladdin's cave when you go there. I absolutely love it. So first thing I saw was this. Some people say it's Indonesian. I'm going with Indonesian. Some people say it's Bali. I've done my research, as you'll see in a second. And it's just a solid wood gilt. Someone's put a bit of gold gilt on it. And these people who can carve something like that out of a block of wood. And I love the fact on the back it's got all the greying and everything showing. And I thought that was a signature, but it's just the shape of the wood there. I've got to be excited because obviously the signature, you can research it, adds value. But what a lovely little thing, and you can tell it's had a life. Look at the bottom, it's got the obligatory little marks and spots of paint on it. And I just like her. I know the face has had a couple of nicks as well, but who cares? Look at it as a whole thing. So I got that for £22. I don't ask for discounts when I go. If I'm spending like £100, I'll ask for a discount, you know what I mean? But for carry-out items like that, it's not fair on the deal. I'm a dealer, I don't like it happening to me, so I never do it. So I'm looking for things that I think have still got a bit of meat on the bone, if you know what I mean. Because where Hidden Gems is a different clientele to out in the more countrified place where I am with my antique centre. So sometimes you can have a little markup between the two. And I did my research. I couldn't find that exact thing again. I always love it when that happens, because that means whoever's checking it will go, oh, this is quite rare, you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, there's a million of them out there. That one, US, $60, which is fair enough. And that one looks a bit closer, doesn't it? Something down there. And you see they put Balinese, Hindu, Indonesian, goddess, Fanda, deity. They've covered everything. I want to go, which one is it? And do we know the name of the deity? That's another thing I'd like to know. But I don't know any Indonesian people who might be able to help me. But, you know, that one's 165. Well, for me, spending £22 on that, I'm probably going to 35, I think, something like that. I'll put on it. It's freestanding, as you saw, as you can see. So it's different from, you see a lot of mask type things as well. So I think a freestanding one has a bit more sort of value to it than just a sort of wall mask. You've got to have a wall and, you know, nothing on the back. That's a nice item for a shelf or a cabinet, bedside table. Love it, absolutely love it. This was interesting as well. I don't do much brass, but I thought, big feather and 2 bells on it. And, you know, let's have a quick look around it. So the bells work, as you'll hear in a minute. It's got, I think that's a letter opener, you would class that as on there. And inside it's got a mark, made in England, so it's a British one, which I wasn't sure about. And it's a bit like Jingle Bells, isn't it? So I got that for £10 from the in-gem shop. And I've had a look round, and, you know, there's one there, £29, I think it's an eBay thing. And then another one, £43. So, you know, £10, I'm probably double my money on that, go for 20, I think. Somebody like me will see it and go, I've seen one of them before. Why's it got 2 bells on it? What's that feather for? So I put on it double brass bell with feather letter opener on it. So it's clear where we go, oh, it's a letter opener. And I, 20 quid, never seen one before, like I'd never seen one before. I was surprised there was actually a few out there. But yeah, that is on the Antique Centre right now. That won't be too long in the new year before that goes. I don't know if you have this programme, Salvage Hunters, where you are. It's not on terrestrial TV, it's on a channel called Quest. But the guy at the front in the picture above, Drew Pritchard, I'm a bit of a fanboy because I like what he does and I've learnt a lot from him. But his clientele, he's been doing this for like years at a high level. He's got people he can ring up and they'll spend thousands on something he knows. He's got a customer base for that. I'd like maybe to get to that stage in future, but at the moment I have it. But it's a quick, it's only 5 minutes or so of him going around Leominster, which is a place I visit regularly because it's about 30 miles from here. So it's nice to watch him going around somewhere I go and doing exactly the same, but at a high level. Buying a killing rug with holes in it, and he can sell it for hundreds of pounds. Me and him are in different planets. I'm going to try and move up a little bit towards him in the future, but where we are now, I'm not in the market for that type of thing at all. I couldn't sell him for the prices he can get. Now, this is another purchase from Hidden Gems. Look at that. Talk about a hidden gem. And I just fell in love with this. I love religious things as well. Look at Mary's face. Obviously it's Mary and Jesus, or Madonna and Jesus. They've got a bit of cloth to cover Jesus's personal parts. You can't disrespect Jesus, especially at Christmas. You might have noticed he's got a bit of his toe missing, but that's not a huge problem because unless I zoomed in on it, you'd never know. So it's 10 inches high. It's resin. It's not until where the toes come off. It's got white resin underneath. A little pedestal type thing. And look at that. It's the face that did it for me. And it looks like there was a label on there at some stage, and of course they go dry and fall off. I would love the label on there because I wanted to know more about it. But if you can tell me you can't love that face of that one, it's the best Mary face I've ever. I sound like I'm perving of Jesus' mum here. I'm looking at it as an object of beauty, and that for me is absolutely stunning. So I thought when I did my research I'd find it like it's a copy of like a bigger item or something, because that is class, that is. But I found other figures, so 1940s, which has helped me with that. That's a plain white one, but you can see it's exactly the same model. $75 from the US. And then from here it's another $31, so it's like the $100 thing to get that over here. And I got that from Hidden Gems for £10 with a broken toe. But I'm going to put a bit of, I'm going to cover up with a bit of stain where the toe's broken. Nobody will notice. And to be honest, I've got to say, if you're a normal person, you'd be drawn to that face, not Jesus' toe on that. And then I found another one, 10 inches, Italian figurine, yeah, has to be Italian with a face like that, $52, absolutely brilliant. So for £10, I've got myself a little bargain, and I'm not going to sell it. I can't sell that face. I want that face in my house. There's a few things I fall in love with. I've shown you a statue of Phryne in front of the judges, like a 3-foot statue. She's behind me on a wooden pedestal. I did put her up the Antique Centre for a lot of money because I thought if someone wants it, they're going to pay for it. And it didn't go, and I thought I bought it back after about 3 weeks. I can't do it, and sorry, Mary. Never mind Christmas. Mary and Jesus are staying in my shelf on the front there, so I can look at that face every day. Well done, whoever designed that. I've got to find out who designed that. It's absolutely brilliant. And finally, talk about off the wall. Well, I do antiques, vintage, and collectibles. Now, this is a collectible, right? A Boeing 737. Again, I got it from the Hidden Gems auction. It's quite funny because I was walking around with it, and the owner of the centre came up to me and said, "Oh, you've got to play it." He said, "That's weird." He said, "I've just bought 57 aeroplanes." And then we were standing there, and we go, "Oh, there's a plane on the shelf, there's a plane." All of a sudden, we saw planes everywhere. So it was quite weird. But I just fell in love with that. I just like it's weird, isn't it? I just love the angle of it taking off. It's just the perfect angle. And I'll show you a quick video. It's plastic, not metal, by the way, but it's good quality plastic. It's not like that brittle plastic that that would probably bend if you tried to bend it rather than break. And it's a model of the 737 MAX, a real liner. You can get the pictures of it wherever you like. It's got that on the base, and it's not a sticker, it's engraved into the base, and there's a reason why I'm telling you that. It's not old, positive, so you can see the plastic. I mean, I've got a feeling that could have even been like a kit thing at some stage, where people put it together themselves out of a box. And it just screws off if you want to. That just makes me think it's not like made as one in a factory, or maybe it was just put flat in a box, maybe. But honestly, I think that was a kit thing. But I was doing my research, and that base, the total black base with that Boeing thing engraved into it, I couldn't find one. I could find plenty like that. And that is the exact same model, as you can see, but it's got a different base. And I don't know why that model with a different base is 495 quid, because the description matches mine to perfection. So I don't understand that. I need to have a look at this a bit more. And that one came as a simple, where it says simple snap fit design. That one is a kit, and I've got a feeling that might be a kit as well. But again, look at that one, the base is totally different, and that's £55. So if I put that, well, to be honest, I took it up this morning. That on my stand is what I call a little standout, because people are looking antique at it. Oh, what the hell's that doing there? And they'll go and look. So I got that for 15. I'm not going to put a huge markup on it because it's not my type of thing. So I think I'll put it on 25, quick £10. That'll go quick. If you've seen my shows before, you'll see I had a helicopter, which is the same sort of thing, big plastic helicopter. And that went, when I went back up the next week to look at the stand, it had gone. So it's like these sort of things go. And I've been shocked. When I was doing my research, it took me to some Boeing collectors' sites. And there's sites where they've just got all Boeing aeroplanes in different designs, a Titan, loads of different 737, 747, Boeing and twin engine, 4-engine things. So people are into their Boeing. So I've just started looking at that. I learnt a lot. And I'll keep my eye out for more Boeings because they're highly collectible. So I'm hoping I've got a nice little quick turnover thing there. So I quite like that. And this is the last one for today, because I've gone over the half an hour. I tried to keep this. Now, this was from another dealer at the antique centre, and I got it last week when I was there for a day doing the Christmas fair. I did a bit on the car park, a bit of shepherding round. I got a bit of selling my stuff because I was there. And these revolving cabinets, these monkeys were on there, and I said to the dealer, how much you got on that? She said 35, and I pulled a face. She says you can have it for 20. So I took it because I thought that was not soapstone. That looks like jade to me. I mean, I'm colourblind, so I see things differently to everybody else. But as soon as I held it and saw that, I thought that I've got a feeling that's jade. And one way of telling something's jade, it's similar to bronze. When you touch it, it's freezing cold. The best thing to do with a bronze or a jade is put it to your cheek, and if it's freezing cold and doesn't warm it up, that is jade or bronze. And that has been freezing cold since the day I've got it. And then when I've done my research, I've got that top banana one in the middle of the page above me. That is jade, the Top Banana Antiques. But then others have put them on as soapstone, and that's when my eyes can't tell the difference, because there must be a colour, specific colour for jade. And also the pictures don't show the colours. That's why I showed you the base of that. That was what the whole thing looks like. So I've got a feeling that I'm putting things together to put into one of the high-end auctions that I might try, and that's going to go there, I think. At least that they can tell me if it's jade or not. We'll see what happens with that. But just looking at, things I've done today, antiques is so interesting, and that's why I'm considering moving into it as a full-time thing, sort of after March, when I'm committed to the work that I'm doing now. And we'll see where we go from there. And then that's when I might start dealing with higher end stuff and trying to find specific customers. They've got to be out there somewhere. And then having time to do it properly. I think I'd like to spend the rest of my working life doing that. So I'm going to go for it. Anyway, thanks for watching me again, guys. Really appreciate it. And if you're a new viewer, if you'd like to subscribe, like, comment, whatever, it would be absolutely brilliant. I usually get some good comments that help me as well. Really appreciate it. And I'll try not to leave it so long for the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.